How did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? Media technologies were crucial in all stages of the coursework as I needed them to be able to complete all tasks. The main tool that I used to document my progress and discuss my work was my blog. I decided to use a blog as it allowed me to post frequently with many different media forms interlinked and embedded. A blog is also a good way to get feedback from my teacher because the posts are easy to comment on and re-edit to make improvements. Furthermore, a blog allows my work to be organised and easy to find due to the labelling system and titles available to use. Screenshot taken from my blog. At the top you'll be able to see the banner that I designed at the outset of the course using Photoshop. To the right at the top is my labelling system. I use this to organise my work and ensure it's easy to find should I need to. Underneath my labels is a bit about me with my contact details and a link to my AS blog. My blog enabled me to upload my work quickly and easily, type notes, embed different things and keep a record of my progress. In terms of my music video, I used many different techniques in the research and planning stages. YouTube was the primary technology that I used in the research stages because it's the central hub for current artists to upload their videos due to its accessibility. YouTube was founded in February 2005 by Chad Hurley, Steve Chen and Jawad Karim. Since then it has grown as a video sharing website where people can upload, view and share videos. Google bought it in 2006. Following this there have been huge investments and financial support for its users. I could take screenshots from the videos and insert them onto my blog to analyse specific shots further. Oppositely, I could embed the entire video onto my blog to analyse. Mostly I chose to combine both of these techniques as I felt it was the most effective way of analysing the videos and being able to refer back to them easily. This is a screenshot taken from my YouTube page. It shows all the videos I have uploaded in the last 2 years of media studies. Video content allows me to express my point more thoroughly and use clear examples of different things. It could also be easier for someone to listen and watch something than to read it, therefore it has provided the audience with a visual tool too. In order to find the artist that I wanted, I used 2 different websites, Unsigned.com and SoundCloud. These 2 sites were a database for unsigned artists, perfect for the research that I was doing. Both of these websites allowed interactivity, meaning I could listen to the artist's work and get into contact with them if I wanted to. Once I had decided upon an artist, I needed to find a way to contact them. I used email as a first point of contact as this seemed much more appropriate. Once I had gotten to know Emily, my chosen artist, I used social media platforms such as Twitter as this was the fastest way of interacting with her and was more suitable. To the left is the permission I got from Emily to use her song. To the right is a list of the possible songs of hers that I could have used on SoundCloud. Once I had chosen my song and gotten permission to use it, I began to think about what type of music video I wanted. In this stage I used Photoshop and the Bamboo tablets to draw some ideas. I decided to utilise this equipment as it would allow me to experiment with many different styles without having to constantly erase drawings or mistakes. Once more, it was quick and simple to use. When I was storyboarding my final idea, I decided to draw my plans out by hand and use a scanner to get them onto the computer. I used these 2 different methods throughout my planning stage to draw and annotate plans as they both worked better for different things. Another media technology that I used was the BBC weather page. This is a technology in itself because of the ways that the BBC gathers the information to know what the weather is going to be. On all occasions, the weather was the same as the BBC stated, meaning that I was able to successfully plan and film all of my scenes. I utilised Prezi and SlideShare for all aspects of my music video as presentation technologies. I decided to use these 2 websites mainly as they were simple to use and produced high-quality presentations that I could embed onto my blog. Prezi allowed videos, photos, music and text to be inserted in any way and had seamless transitions. This made my work look better presented. SlideShare is a website which allows Word documents or PowerPoints to be uploaded. This was useful when I wanted to write essays, analyses, or a more lengthy piece of text, as I could use Microsoft tools such as spell-check. Additionally, I used Padlet as it was a more creative way to present analyses. However, I didn't use Padlet often because the formatting was limited and it didn't have a great variety in the way that work could be laid out. Finally, I have used Powtoon to create this evaluation question. This allows slides to come to life and enables me to present my work in a more interesting way. Along with this, I used GarageBand and a microphone to record the soundtrack. On the left is a screenshot of all my Prezi presentations. Prezi software was easy to understand and gave me many opportunities to integrate many different websites and links into one. On the right is a screenshot of all of my SlideShare documents. SlideShare was also easy to use and had little technical problems when I was using it. This is a list of the equipment that I used during my media studies course. A Sony video camera, Manfrotto tripod, DV tape, Nikon D70, Final Cut Express, iMovie, Photoshop CS3 and Apple Mac computer were all used. Sony video camera. I decided to use this camera to film all of my media products. It has an automatic and manual focus lens which allowed me to experiment with the focus in the performance aspects of my music video. Additionally, it records to DV tape. Manfrotto tripod. This tripod was used during all filming aspects except when I was creating a handheld shot where I held the camera myself. It extended fairly high so I could get some high-angled shots in the bird's eye view shot of Heather on the floor with the candles around her. I had to climb a ladder and hold the tripod up so I could get the correct shot I wanted. Nikon D70. I used my DSLR camera to take photos of the shot and for my Digipack magazine advertisement. Again, I was able to alter the setting to get the atmosphere in the photo. Final Cut Express. I used Final Cut Express to edit all of my film media products. I had experience with using this program from last year's modules, therefore I was able to experiment with more technologically advanced techniques this year and attempt to create a product which looked more aesthetically pleasing. iMovie. I used iMovie to edit my preliminary task as it was the outset of the course. This was only a refresher of editing and the previous techniques, so I felt fairly confident using this software, especially as it is more simple than Final Cut Express. Photoshop CS3. Prior to this year commencing, I had rarely used Photoshop and had little knowledge of the technologies it encompassed. I took part in a workshop run by a fellow student so I could learn how to edit photos and use different features of the program. Following this year, I am more confident with Photoshop and I have been able to build my skills when editing photographs. Apple Mac computer. Again, I used this last year so I had prior knowledge of how it worked. This year, I've been able to extend my use of its programs and features to allow me to create media products. For example, I have used iCal and iMovie in my planning and preliminary tasks, as well as GarageBand in my evaluation task. As well as using iMovie for the prelim tasks, I used it to import my footage and review it before importing it into Final Cut Express. iMovie allowed me to quickly scan the footage to know any parts that may need refilming. I could also edit some of the smaller parts of clips together in order to get a general sense of what the music video would look like. The editing process. Within the music video, I used many effects which contributed to the music video's final appearance. These effects involve various technologies that Final Cut Express offers. Significantly, I used many transitions in order to make the music video flow coherently and smoothly. Cross Dissolve was a main transition that I decided to apply because it merged the still photographs into the moving images seamlessly, making the music video flow more smoothly. Another transition I used was Fade to Black at the end of the music video to signify closure. I feel that this ended the music video well. What's more, during the editing process I had to use many layers for the various shots and music tracks. I used a separate layer for the colour light leaks as this enabled to reduce the opacity of these clips accordingly. I edited the video in a linear order from beginning to end. Essentially I did so because I had thoroughly planned each second of the music video, therefore I knew what parts to include and edit out. This is a close-up of my Final Cut Express timeline. I used many different layers in order to create the effects that I wanted. When zooming in, you can see how I used the layers to create the effects, by overlapping different videos and making sure that they had different transitions between them. The editing process. As previously stated, I edited my print productions on Photoshop CS3. I began by cropping the images to the correct canvas size, selecting the sections of the images that I wanted to keep and ensuring that this represented Emily appropriately. I added the purple overlay on all photos. For the majority of the print productions, I had to create various layers to alter the contrast, opacity or colour overlay. Additionally, I did this to insert text or further imagery. When I was editing photos with a lot of layers, I made folders to ensure that I was able to find the ones I needed quickly. And that concludes the question, how did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? Thank you for listening.
Created using Powtoon.